Good morning. Got a little lag time here. There we are. Excuse me. I hope everybody's doing good today. Pardon my drinking coffee when you get up at 5 in the morning. Well, for me, it's a necessity. Still getting situated. Morning, Gypsy woman. It's early for you too, huh? Well, it's early for everybody. Melissa's awake. Can we really ask for more than that on a Monday morning? Can you hear me okay? I don't want to get into that habit, but I feel like I'm whispering. There's a thin line between whispering and shrieking in this house. Good deal. Thank you. I'm going to get my cheater screen down because I wanted to see when I actually went live. For anyone new or just finding us, hi, I'm Colleen So's in Chats. It's Monday morning, bright and early, ungodly hour. I know. It's when I have time. Thank you for joining me. I sew, I chat, I create chaos for me and people around me. I gotta stop saying that because when I say that, I always want to clip it. I am a little bit obsessed with this bag, box bag. That makes a good thread catcher too. It holds a ton of smaller pit fabrics. And this is how I would look for them. Not standing up sideways on the shelf. Some things, thank you, Wendy. Gypsy Woman is so cute. Some things I don't mind in my line of sight all the time. Small pieces of cloth, staggered, upsets the orderliness that I try to create beyond my own chaos. But I wanted another one, so I didn't just do that. So I have some fabrics that I got at the beginning of the year. They are called Calendar Girl fabrics. They're very springy looking, and I wanted to try the pillowcase as liner. I think it's going to work fine. Probably shouldn't have pinned this yesterday. Springy, very cute. It's Freespirit. The creator makes for Freespirit label. I'm going to get situated, I promise. Let's see, what did I put that under? Sorry about the close-up. I'm not ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. And I don't know what that's from, but I've been saying it for years. Am I using batting? No. Or any other interfacing. I am just using, this is a very cheap blanket from Walmart. And this is going to go against the lining, so nobody's going to even know it's there. It's very scratchy and looks like it's been through the ringer after 2 washes. I was done with it on my bed. I don't care how warm it is. It's just, I don't want to touch it. It's scratchy. I'm convinced it was making me sneeze yesterday when I was cutting it. But I did. I'll fiddle with this to put it back. I'm very fiddly. That's why I clipped it beforehand. I sewed a seam in this one because I used directional fabrics from Yardage. So I put a seam in the center and then I stitched in the ditch to my blanket that I'm using as batting. Then I went over, let's turn this right side out. Things I should have, how many clips did I put in this thing? Great. It ain't going nowhere. It's from Sunset Boulevard, Gloria Swanson. I don't think maybe I put it under fabric. I started saying, I don't think my bot is working. I'm sure that I put that in there. I just forgot how I spelled it. Good morning, Tracy. Oh, Tracy made it. There we go. That's what I put it under. But for this one, I sewed a line kind of corner to corner, not exact. Tried to make it a 1/2 inch away because I learned a lesson after my last one. So down here, I wonder if you can see it. Yeah, you kind of see that line I made. I marked it with a pen and then I didn't follow it. Go figure. So, line here, same on this side, line here and line here, just to hold that in place while I'm working with it. It's stiff enough, and the featherweight sewing lining that I used on my other one, it was stiff enough. I wasn't really worried about it coming undone on me. And it's not like batting, so it's not going to come apart if I don't quilt it so close together, which I like. Oh, Tracy asked Zach to wake her up so she could join us live. Yay! I asked me to wake me up and I barely made it. Some people are more responsible than others. Anyway, I wanted a spring one. I did it the same way other than having that seam in the middle because it wasn't quite 20 inches. So what I did is I folded my yardage selvage to selvage, and I cut 2 pieces, selvage over here and the fold over here. I cut 2 pieces, and then I sewed the bottoms together, right sides together, to get me that 20.5 inch. I wrote it down. Yeah, 20.5 inch by 20 inches. What I'm doing this time. I wanted it a little bit longer. I don't know if it's going to make it. What was I saying? Oh, but my husband, every time I've went shopping, well, all of November, why are you buying Christmas fabric? Because I like Christmas fabric. It's going to be spring. You're going to need spring fabric. I'll buy spring fabric when it's spring. But you should be buying it now. But I want to buy Christmas fabric now. You should be buying it now. I'm buying Christmas fabric. Everybody's talking in the chat. So since I'm ordering some spring fabrics, this is how I knew I am. I don't have a big selection yet. So when holidays come, that's how I got most of my Christmas. No, I say that. When sales come, that's how I get most of my fabrics, and I always want Christmas. Yeah, it's an issue. So anyway, I did have this that I ordered from Yvette's shop at the beginning of the year. The Yvette Renee ! Yvette gets you everything Yvette. And I thought, oh, that is perfect spring fabric. My corners back together. And I did adjust that pillowcase. I'll show you in a second. For that pillowcase, because I just left the one side. I didn't try to cut the whole thing out. It's like a cheater panel. Let it do the work for you. I woke up yesterday morning thinking pillowcase. Pillowcase and sheets would make perfect lining for these, unless you have something in mind and you have a fabric line you want to use. I think these beautiful fabrics need to be on the outside of things as much as possible. So, and I'm not rolling the top of it that I know of. That could change. Good morning, Brenda Foley. Hope you're doing good this morning too. Got this one set up, ready to sew the sides. I should be able to catch that blanket that I'm using as batting in that seam. I put a new needle on this morning. If you haven't changed your needle in a while and you heard. Give me a second to have coffee and we'll try that sentence again. If you haven't changed your needle in a while and you hear a weird noise, kind of plump, 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 you might need to change your needle, or maybe your bobbin's going low. I had both, so I changed both. Got me a new bobbin. There will not be any bobbin race today. Got me a new needle. Hopefully all goes well, because if it's going to go wrong, it will. Brenda Foley, I don't want to go to work. Did I say that appropriately, whiny? Because that's how I would say it. I don't blame you. I didn't listen to any music this morning. Melissa's, the tune's going in my head now. It's hard to say. I just want to bang on a drum all day, on my drum all day. Where was I going? Okay. The lining I'm using this time, I took my pillow. It had one sewn side I kept, and that's the bottom of the pillow, so it's continual. No seam down there. I did adjust a 1/4 inch when I was cutting in. I adjusted for that 1/4 inch that's already done, I think. My brain says that was the thing to do. We'll see if it, you know what? I can test it. Yeah. That box is good. So anyway, I took my pillowcase and I laid it down, wrong side out, put the sewn side on the side because I'm right-handed and it was easier for me to cut this side. Put the sewn side on this side. The fold I used for one of my lines. And since it's folded, I went up. On my ruler. I have rulers. They're just all over the place. They can stay over there. I went up 10 1/4 on my ruler and then cut across the 20. And these boxed edges, and I'll tell you, this number right here, since it's continuous, is basically what the bottom of your box is going to be. I have a 7.5 inch bottom of my box. So I went 3 3/4. I was like, that's not right. 3 3/4 is half of 7.5. That's how I figured that cut. And this one over here is it should be 7.5 also. So I did it 4. Then I'll take out that seam. I probably could have got away with a little blue, but that's what I did. 3 3/4 by 4. And 4 gives me this side here. I should have taken the fabric out of that. After I did that, this is just a standard pillow. I need to check the comments. Gypsy Woman, Brenda says that's perfect. Thank you. And Gypsy Woman says, I have 3 quilts I need to put binding on. I have one that actually has the sheet from this, the 3-yard quilt on the back of it. I just need to get it under this. But this is the pillowcase. So you can see that I used a pillowcase. And it's not an expensive pillowcase. It's just what's left of the sheet set. In fact, I'll read you the tag. And it's in there under lining. Better Homes and Garden, made in India, 100% cotton. I'm not going to try to read that, so that is teeny tiny print. But that, whoops, that is the pillowcase I cut it from. And I wanted it 20. That's what was left after getting my 20 inches on one side. I thought it was very practical. And yes, I do have to fold it back up. Sorry. I think I may have drove all my friends nuts this weekend. I'm not a minimalist, but compared to most sewers, I'm minimal-ish. Because my brain can't handle all that inventory. Back to cones, and I'm going to start some sewing. What did Tracy say? Oh, she was thinking that song too. Of course she was. We think in tunes. Practically Creative says, okay, question, Colleen, you are using a different Brother machine. Yes, I am. This is XR9550 because I was using Insel Bright and some things, along with some of this. And it handles the thickness better. It's just a little bit more expensive than the other one, but it does a better job. Are you lining the outer piece, or is the pattern on the blanket you're using as batting? It's just batting, and because yes, it is the outer piece that I put it on. You could probably put it on either and get away with it. I don't see why not. I did put it on the inner piece. And the pattern on this blanket is so dark. If I put it, now this is going to go in the other room. You're not going to see that. When I was cutting it, I could see this pattern coming through that fabric, and I did not want that. So I took all the dark pieces and put them to the inside. This way, it will be against my lining and completely concealed. Did I answer the question right? Melissa says, I like practical. I know you do, girlfriend. Tracy Albert says, I love practical. Love that shirt. Even my favorite color. And it's covered in threads. It's a thread attractor. Dual purpose. Let's overthink this. Thankfully, I don't have to overthink this too much after last night trying to, oh my goodness, it was a mess. So the batting has a pattern, and it's not another piece of fabric. Right. This is just an awful, awful blanket that I had that nobody should use because it's warm. It was a very warm blanket. It's all polyester, and it's very scratchy material. Now I wish I had my lotion over here. Right. This blanket I'm using as batting. The only reason that this side is out is because I don't want it to show through my fabrics. I'm going to do some sewing. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat. These I used the same thing for the interface. I like this. I would probably buy it just to use for these if I was going to make handles. It is the Pellon Fuse and Shape Heavyweight Two-Sided Fusible Interfacing. That is what's in here. And I fused it on one side, rolled the fabric around it, and then fused it on the other side. So I don't have to worry about it moving on me. And I had it on hand because I didn't know how to sew till I was making, yeah, we're going to talk. I didn't know how to sew really until I got the general idea of go and what the needle does, but that was pretty much it. When I started making masks, I had to learn. When I ordered from Walmart, I wasn't paying attention to the weight. My mother-in-law, after I ordered it, because it was going to be for masks, she's like, oh, that's heavyweight. Is that going to work? And I was like, probably not. I don't know. And she's like, I don't think it's going to work. I trust her. She's a sewer. So I was like, well, I'll put it in something else. And sorry for all that crinkling. I just realized I was making a whole lot of noise for you guys. That's what is in here. And that is what this basket is made out of. I took it and I cut pieces the size that I wanted the basket. Then I wrapped my fabrics. How did I do that? It's horrible. If you look at this box, the box looks so cute. It's a mess inside. I used a piece for a solid bottom in it. I've got some threads all stuck to it. And then I want to show you guys, it's so bad. Just be gentle. I don't know how to sew. I didn't know how to sew at all. These, if it was not for Marie at Marie's Scrappy Creations, I would not know how to do this. I watched a ton of videos. Maybe it's because I was more experienced, but hers, I was like, I get that. And I get how to customize it. Okay, this is the inside of the box. That Pillon stuff here did not go all the way across. So I wrapped my, and this is Walmart fabric, I wrapped my Walmart fabric around it, and I could not repeat this if I tried. Yes, Tracy says, nah, it's the demo practice run. After I practiced that, I was like, there is no way I am ever making another box. But I like boxes because I like organizing stuff. This machine should be quieter than my other one. Melissa says, your piece at the bottom is exactly how most boxes are made, and that's where I got the idea. I have a few boxes. Let's show this. This foot, when I put it under, my needle is lined up in the center. I am lining this little edge, let's see, on the outside of that inner piece though. It helps me. I need a place for my eye to go consistently, just like your 1/4 inch line. That's where my eye goes consistently for these. That little inside piece. See, it's still making the noise. But still making the noise, it's just, this is a, little bit. But I think it's okay. This is a jean needle. I can't remember what the top number is, but the bottom is a 16. I usually use a 90-14 for piecing. Actually, for stuff. And then I'm going to shut that in a second. This is fighting me. For quilting, 90-14 works for me. At least it has so far. I'm using white thread, and it's a poly cotton blend, I think. I don't usually use all cotton unless it's for the kitchen. because when I was looking up what threads to use and all that, I may watch too much Janito. If it doesn't break, she'll sew with it. And I'm pretty sure Sylvia is at her meeting. That's stitching there. Flipping it around. This side is easier because I don't have to hold down an edge. Make sure it's not going wonky on me. I heard my phone do something. Pardon me, that was rude. I didn't realize this. I'm just planting my finger here alongside of this edge to keep it from going this way. It guides it. And then I'm planting my other finger. Stop that. Oh, my on-off button doesn't like it when you push it and the foot's plugged in. My other finger is planted over here next to the 1/4 inch line on this tape. Kind of makes a funnel for it. That may not make sense at all. I don't know though if it's finished during this live, but it will be finished today. UFOs and my brain do not go along. And the first one I made, I zigzagged the edges before I put it in. I'm not doing that this time. I think that was a wasted step. Every time I make things, figure out easier ways. Not every time. If it's something I come up with, I do that. I will do it the hard way. Let's see if we can show those. Close, close. Oh, focused. It looks like it's focusing to me. It may not be focusing for you guys. And that white is pretty well concealed. Just like a top stitch right there. Oh, Sylvia's here. I didn't even see Sylvia. 116, yes. That's what it is, Tracy Albert. That she had the sewing group this morning. My voice is determined to go to sleep on me today. It's only been 30 minutes. That's not bad for me. Everybody's saying hello and good morning, Sylvia. Miss Topaz, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. I'm making another box like the Christmas box I made. Ooh, I've got to stop turning. I know better. I'm making one for spring fabrics. I think my head will like that. See. Oh, I have a little bit of a headache. That's not going to go well. See when I did this one? My last one, these pieces were not the sew-in featherweight interfacing. It was so wonky, but it's in the inseam, and since I did the embroidery down it, not even going to be a thing. Really don't think I want that all in my seam allowance, though. Yeah, we'll do it. It's just a box. I can fix it the next time. So I'm going to sew these two edges. Sylvia says, I love that box. And I need to put a link to her box in here too. So I got that idea from Marie, but I think I really got the handle idea from Sylvia because I was watching her shorts. I rewatched them. I'm on. I was watching her shorts and I was like, that's what I made. Nothing original. And I was trying to remember to put her link in there. And if y'all ain't seen the holiday hop videos, we'd appreciate it if you give those a look. Melissa has her free wallet pattern on hers. Sylvia has the envelope, pillow envelope style pillow casing. Yes. And then the box I did yesterday. I'm making sure these are all flat so my fabrics aren't bunched up underneath me. This time I am using the seam tape. See if you guys can see it all. I know I recorded one time, and although it looked to me the camera could see it, when I went back and watched it, I was like, you guys couldn't see nothing. I'm sorry. And I'm grabbing it with this hand because there's a lot of drag there. I don't want the weight pulling it sideways on me. Other than that, very important. Let the machine do the work. I'm going to do this one. That way I can chain. And this is the pillowcase. Oops. It's all right. This is the pillowcase that I had. That I decided would make a very pretty spring box lining. All right. I wait too late to back it up sometimes, and it makes the fabric scrunch, and that's a me thing. I shouldn't have broke that, cut that, whatever I did. And it looks like I was traveling. If you want people not to notice your stitches go wonky, one, tell them it's in style, huh, Melissa? Straight stitches are so out of style. Making sure all my fabrics are flat against one another. Talking this out in case someone sees that hasn't done this before. I was dead set against making any boxes. Till I bought one at the Dollar General, and then the next Sunday, I saw Marie do one, and I was like, that would be so cute for like seasonal fabrics. And I don't care where my batting is so much on this edge. It can be off a little bit. I'm watching my fabrics, my pretty fabrics. I'm following them along the line. I just noticed somebody cut this a little bit short. I did get over my laziness and got big scissors. A little short over there, a little long over here. Because I use that pillowcase, the other side. Oh. Don't put your finger underneath that. It doesn't feel good. It is done. See what I mean? What I'm using as batting is just a little bit short over here. It's fine. Okay. We have 12 days of the holiday hop. 3 days down today. Don't forget to visit Melissa, her channel. She's got today's day 4. Sylvia is tomorrow, day 6. And then you get to see me again. Well, you don't really get to see me because I'm doing pre-records. I'm going to face in it. Wednesday. I think that's right. Now we're going to box corners. Box the corners. Got that little edge there. I think I showed it much better in my, because I can't get these fabrics apart. At the corner where your cut is, grab either corner and just pull it out. Well, that didn't go like I intended. Okay, there we go. Pull it out from the corners, and you're going to be sewing your seam right there. I'm clipping it because I shift. Let's see if we can do this one in one try. There's your corner. Grab your corners. Give it a little shake to shake that fabric loose. And you've got your box corner ready to sew. And that's going to be the next song on one of my shorts. Shake, shake. I forgot I'm not alone. Well, I'm not alone being y'all are with me. The crazy guy who puts his finger through the thing right there, he's not here. He's at work. He thinks it's just me. He doesn't know. He's just as weird as I am. So I'm just putting 2 clips in there. Set it aside. This should be more fun. Get my clips off of here. I'm telling you, this stuff makes my nose itch. Makes my nose itch. Everything makes your nose itch on a live bit. Yesterday, my eyes were watering. Oh. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit bulkier because it's got bulk. Grab your corners. Pull them straight out. When you do that, you get the corners over here. And line the fabrics up down there. And this one is easier to see this way. I am not overly concerned about what's going to be in the seam allowance. It's not going to show, just like this pattern is not going to show. It's going to be in the liner and it's going to hold fabric. So anybody else that driving nuts? It's driving me a little bit nuts. So it's not going to hurt anything. Square corner, grab them, pull them straight out. And then make them flat-ish. Yeah, that batting. I'm going to call it batting. The batting was off there. I'm lining up the fabrics because I know those fabrics are straight. At least I hope. It worked for me last time. And now I have all 4. I actually do have a center line I can line up there because I did the pieced bottom. It's not going to drive me crazy if it's not lined up, but I'm going to try. There is a center line right here. Forgive my nails, I didn't do them in a while. And this center line here, I'm going to attempt to line those up. They should line up on their own if I did this right. Don't put things in your mouth that aren't food. I'll get back to chat in a second. There we go. I always telling the kids that, and you would not believe how many times I put things in my mouth that aren't food. Pins, needles, scissor handles of small scissors. We live recklessly around here. Yeah, call it good enough, not even worry about that. Okay, get back in the chat for a second. Oh, it's scrolling on me. Oh, itchy nose. Sherlock Sows, Lori, hello. There we go. Good morning, Lori. Wow, I was really not paying attention, wasn't I? Sylvia says, I love that box. Mine are yours because I'm pretty fond of both of them. Thank you. Need to make more after last ones were taken for grandkids' sale. Okay, I did see that. I wasn't sure what she's talking about. I realize now what she's talking about. Thank you, Tracy. My box, I know, right? It's gorgeous. Thank you. And it's Walmart fabric. It's working for me. I know there's some, I don't want to say fabric snobs, but if it was me doing it, I would call myself a fabric snob. So people who don't like to use Walmart fabrics, and that's fine. You do you, I'll do me. Oh. French onion soup for lunch. Yum. I just had toast. I'm having my coffee. Sylvia, I love the pillow from the video, Tracy says. Exclamation point. Any of my moderators will get you. Well, any of my moderators, Sylvia and Melissa are here. Exclamation point Sylvia, exclamation point Melissa will get you their channels. And did I mention they're participating in the holiday hop? Melissa's the leader, the host. Whoops. I've only drank like that much coffee, so. I know what you're thinking, Colleen. I've seen you in the middle of the day. Words are always not your friend. Gypsy Woman, I've been working with vinyl lately, trying to get the feel for it. I almost ordered me some vinyl from either Missouri Star or Fat Corner Shop. And I was thinking, if it's something I want to try, I'm going to go to the dollar store and find me a shower curtain and see how I like that. Yeah, Tracy, this is awesome. Wendy, your stuff is gorgeous. And it is an exclamation. Wendy will get you. Wendy's channel where she shows off yummy foods and pretty creations. Lately, I think I've seen the bags mostly. She has quilts on there. See, I said I wouldn't make boxes, and I'm making boxes. And now I'm going to say I'm not going to make bags. I don't like bags. I don't like zippers. By next year, I may be making them. Elsa says, let's write about something. And then Lori comes in. Can't be late to a live. Can it? Can you be late to a live? And Melissa clearly beat me to it. Team replay. Hashtag team replay. Gypsy Woman, I decided to have a booth at the local Christmas market. I kind of want to do it. Kind of don't. How? That will be awesome. I bet you do really well. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Congratulations. You need to get organized, and that is why I'm making these. The chaos that is sewing. Gypsy Woman says she really needs to get organized. She looks pretty organized to me. Scroll. Gypsy Woman. She says, okay, Tracy, or I don't know what I did. Everything scrolled on me. Wow, how did that happen? Okay. Tracy Elver says, Zach's quilt is almost done. Just need to wake up a bit more before using my sewing machine and rotary cutter. LOL. I know, right? And I got the giant scissors out. Like that was going to end well. So far, so good, though. Let's pray. Sherlock So says, I like your blue fabric. Thank you. That's a sheet. So is the lining drop in? Yes. I say yes, like I know what that is, but I'm assuming, and Tracy said yes. Wendy, she's using a drop-in lining method. Tracy says, give her time, Melissa, Sylvia, and I will teach her so many different options and make her a bag maker. Also, LOL. Be nice. I think I can time people out. I'm not going to time anyone out on purpose. I hope. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and Brenda had to go to work. She's probably already gone. Thank you for coming, Brenda, and have a good day at work, despite it being work. I don't know what I shouted, but I did it just as Sylvia took a mouthful of soup. And Tracy says I'm no fun. She does it all the time. Gypsy woman, she told Tracy, I have purchased a few bag patterns and will be attempting them soon. Nice. Gypsy woman, I am openly a fabric snob. And we love her anyway. Look at that, everybody getting along. Fabric snobs, cheapskates. There's a place for everyone. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for the people who are watching the replay. Oh, Dee Dee came in. Almost got to you though. No one. Later. Oh. Oh, practically creative. She was talking about my holiday hop leader. Oh, we're all in trouble. Yeah, have you met Melissa? Sherlock says, Lori, I'm not a fabric snob. I like what I like. LOL. Yeah, exactly. My big tidy up, Dee Dee, says, I love yummy foods. Yeah. See, and that's the thing about sewing. We always wind up on food. Eventually, always comes around to food. And thank you, Melissa, for putting in Dee Dee's link. Gypsy woman, new obsession is zipper pulls. I may or may not have spent a stupid amount of money this weekend on them. They're so cute. I want to buy them just because they're cute. Winnie the Pooh. Oh my gosh, zipper pull. Okay, now I'm caught up. You follow Practically Creative asked if she followed Lauren at More Me No or Tori at Seems Legit. Both have shown some gorgeous zipper pulls. If you've got those links, feel free to drop them. And how was everybody's Thanksgiving, speaking of food? Because now Dee Dee's got me thinking about food. And I'm going to sew some more and let this scroll a whole lot more. Melissa says, are you calling me a cheapskate? Did I call Melissa a cheapskate? I'm a cheapskate, openly a cheapskate. You got to be when you have no income. Oh. Apparently Tracy's dogging her. Tracy. Affordable. AliExpress. I saw them and I saw somebody else buying from them. The scale says mine was fabulous. Dee Dee says. My face says mine was, so I'm not even going to go to the scale. That's not. And Dee Dee. Okay, because I needed a moral support. All my ladies are moral support of some kind. This weekend, I was trying to think of fast, easy sew gifts for this holiday hop we're doing. And I have a block. Thank you for the links for Lauren and Seems Legit. I don't know people who appreciate handmade gifts. I'm going to make them quilts anyway. May not be the best you've ever seen, but it's the best I can do regardless. They don't use placemats. They don't use table runners. They don't use things like coasters. They don't. And drawer organizers, I like hard-sided drawer organizers. These are a bunch of tins from the dollar store in my drawer. Because I like the hard-sided. I don't like them to flop over. This fabric one's fine because it's a holds fabric. It needs to be kind of pliable, in my opinion. But yesterday, I was driving my girlfriends nuts. Dee Dee loves handmade gifts. That's who I need to make for. But then I go, I know some hoarders. They're not like next level hoarders, but they're hoarders. They're going to take the gifts and they're going to put them in a drawer to never be seen again. Or they're going to take the gifts and they're going to throw it up. Now, once you give a gift, you have to let go. You can't hang on to it. But when I can go to the store and buy a placemat for, I don't even know how much placemats are now, like a couple bucks at the Dollar General, and they're cute, and give it to someone who's not really going to appreciate it, but think it's cute. I honestly, I would rather do that than to spend 20 bucks in fabric plus my time to make it. I just have a very hard time getting more inventory in my house that I don't need and I won't use, and I have nobody to give it to. And I don't mail things because when I say I'm on a budget and the chat is going crazy, I'm never going to catch up. There's no easy way to say this, but yeah, I can't think of a nice way to say it, so I'm just going to say I can't afford shipping. How can I afford fabrics when I can't afford shipping? Well, one I'm allotted money for, the other one I am not. Let's just say it that way. But we're thinking of all these things that I could make for the holiday hop, and I'm just like, nope, not going to make that, not going to use it. Nope, not going to make that, not going to use it. Nope, not going to make that, not going to use it. Nope, wouldn't use it. I sound like a brat. I did. I sounded like a brat. And I was like, they just don't understand. I'm not minimalist, but I do need very low inventory in my house. And I'm a big fan of the container rule. What fits in the container, you get to keep. Now, if you have room for another container and you want to fill two, that's fine. If you don't have room, then I stop buying when the container's full, in theory. I may have things hidden. We're not going to talk about that. But anyway, fabric is different than a whole bunch of placemats or table runners or wall hangings. I don't use wall hangings. I don't use any of that stuff. It's pretty, and it's more stress on my back when I have to put it all out and then take it all away. Then put it all out and take it all away. And it just, I'm not willing to go through that kind of pain for no payoff, really, when I can go to the store and spend $5. And I didn't see anything anybody said. Let's see. Dee said, I love handmade gifts. She has. I'm nosy. She's an organizer, declutter, so I get to see her stuff all the time. She has some beautiful crocheted and knitted blankets, and oh my gosh. Okay, zippers. Waxed canvas from somewhere. Oh, cool. They're talking bags and zippers, and I'm just gonna. The views is amazing. And then when I go back to ask them, what does this do? What does that do? They'll say, didn't you pay attention to your chat? No, I did not. My big tidy up Dee says, I think you have people that really will appreciate homemade gifts. It's wonderful to do, but what's that saying? Know your audience. If you're not going to appreciate the effort, store placemats. Girlfriend. I see the dork in me wants to say, word up. And that's the thing. Know your audience. I do know my audience. And there's ladies on here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not excluding people. Ladies and gentlemen on here who would love placemats and table runners. And I remembered last night, and I think I saw Stephanie Stitches do it. Bed runner instead of an entire quilt. And the first time I saw it suggested was Cindy Rang at the Fabric Patch. She's the first time I saw this suggestion. Instead of a table runner or a whole quilt, make a bed runner for the foot of your bed. So it can change with the holidays. Now that, last night I was thinking, oh, I forgot about that. I should write that down. Again, I wrote it down before. And while I am on that track, bed runners are very easy to change out, easy to store, and they're beautiful, seasonal. And I would totally, I don't even know what kind of bed it's called, but it's got a big board at the end. So I could take the bed runner off and just put it over that board every night and then put it back. And I would do that. I don't know many people that would, but I'd feel better about giving them that. I'd be closer to used. Bed runners. Brilliant. While I am on this Stephanie Stitches track that I had and the Yvette, which is where I got the fabric, I think they are both and Halo inspirations having Cyber Monday sales. They had, some of them had Black Friday sales, Small Business Saturday sales, Cyber Monday sales. So if you're looking for sales and looking for fabric, looking to shop small, great customer service. Yeah, that was my commercial. I do. I like shopping small when I can. Thank you, Melissa. See, Melissa just told you who I was talking to. She says, I didn't think you sounded like a brat. You do things your way. I was trying very hard to find something that didn't hit me as it's going to be clutter. It's going to be inventory, not actually useful for me or someone I know, which is how I came up with these boxes. I was thinking, okay, I like organizing. And I love that all my holiday fabrics fit in that. I'll probably get another one. And they're custom. That's something else that's very nice about this. Now I'm going to get to sewing this. Sewing these boxed ends. Oh, that's more than a 1/4 inch. But that's the thing. I love handmade, but I like it to be useful. Bowl cozies are useful. I have plenty. And no, I don't know anybody else who's going to use them. Now, Dee Dee is one of those people that I think would use things. In fact, she almost got my wall hanging. She doesn't know that. She knows that now. Hi, Dee Dee. The wall, patriotic wall hanging I made. almost went to you, and then I got frustrated. I should have chain pieced this. Got to talking and not paying attention. Boxing Corners, and if you're just joining us, I'm not just a commercial for small shops that I like and say crazy random things. I'm Colleen Sews and Chats, and I'm sewing now. I'll chat more. And when I say chain piecing, for folks that don't know, that means I'm not cutting my threads in between like that and this. I'm just sewing a couple threads to get a chain in between them. It's also called other things. I can't think of them right now. That's what happens when you're in the dark. Isn't that an Adele song? Great. Back to music. I need to stop. My husband asked me, and I'm going to ramble now because I can't see chat and do this at the same time, but I can ramble. My husband is like, why is it every time you put a short up, you're like, that song makes me laugh? Why do you only listen to songs that make you laugh? I don't know. Why wouldn't you? And so we had a discussion about, I like songs that make me laugh. I like movies that make me laugh. I don't like the sad movies so much. And he's like, why? Because there's enough reasons to cry in real life. I don't need fake ones. Hallmark, all those great Hallmark movies and their tearjerkers and happy endings. No, I used to like happy endings type ones. Just one. Yep, I got another one. I lost an end. And I told him, I said, do you know what my #1 comment is on my videos? You made me laugh so hard. Other people like laughing. It's not just me. Then he says, okay. And I was like, I'm back stitching at the beginning and the end. I may just do a straight stitch on the seams in these instead of that decorative stitch like I did the other one. I don't know. And I was thinking you could take binding. Yeah, and I'll finish that thought in a second. Squirrel. You could take binding and put it. Seriously, if I was going to move this thing constantly, I should have. There's like 10 pounds of fabric. You know, the handles are working good. Binding. You could take binding when you're finished. I don't know how that would work with handles on here. I didn't think that far. Could put binding around it. I like the decorative stitch. Okay. Before we do this part, I don't lose things. I just put them back to where they're not convenient to get. This is how I did the handles. Okay, this is the lining. Outside where the seams are. I just took my ruler, stuck it on that seam. I took a bigger ruler because this one isn't big enough. And then I marked 3 inches from the sewn piece. On both sides to place my handles. They came out pretty even. And on the other side. That's going to be in the seam allowance. You're not even going to see that I wrote on that with a ballpoint gel pen. I don't know if it's called ballpoint, but it is it's a gel pen. And thought I put them here. Then I take my handles on the wrong side of the fabric with that mark I just made. Let's see. How did I do that? I have to think about this. Okay. Right side facing that way. Yeah. Put the seam side facing the right side of my fabric. This feels awkward to me. And then I'm lining up that line kind of in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to tell us if it doesn't. But if you get the edge of that handle lined up with the edge of your fabric, it's less likely to poke out on you like my last one did. And see over here without twisting it, make sure the seam, you can kind of see the seam right there that I made, is facing the inner part of the fabric, and get this one kind of lined up on the center too. And I'm using clips because they're easy. So now when we pull that out, that's going to be the handle. Leave it on the inside. Repeat. Seam side to the right side. Inside. This seems very confusing. Line up the line, line up the edges. All kinds of chatter going on. Thank you guys for that. Again, make sure this isn't flipped on you. Just seam side, inside of the fabric. Just a second. Attach to main, not lining. Because that's the way I did it. On the last one and it worked. Ladies say, oh, I didn't see Laura Lynn. Mom and Pop came in. Hi. How are you guys doing? Apparently I'm doing things wrong. I should pay attention to chat. I hope you had a good birthday this weekend. And I'm trying to scroll up. Sylvia, I made her laugh so much she had to reply to my holiday hop. And the shorts, her short made me sing along. Played it 3 times. Oh, driving to the airport. Mom, Pop, he's a bit stressed about this coming week. He has to travel Tuesday and back home Friday. Oh, I don't like traveling. She'll be driving to the airport. Let's see. Played it 3 times. Bye, Gypsy Woman. Missed you leaving. Ooh. Sorry, Wendy. Have a good day. Pretty green fabric. Thank you, Laura Lynn. And she is Mom and Pop. And Melissa dropped her link in there. Oh, and they have the funnest streams. Oh my gosh. If you're not smiling the whole time you're watching, Laura Lynn, you're doing something wrong. Does that sound judgmental? It's actually a pillowcase. I thought I liked that color. That would make a pretty lining and an inexpensive lining because I already had it. Thanks for the shout out. Oh, you're welcome. I may be small, but I'm loud. The decorative stitch she used for her top stitch. Gorgeous. Thank you, Tracy. Just stressed about what he has to do this week. Laura Lynn. Okay, there I got a practical creative. Why are we attaching the handles to the lining? Because that's how I did it. Because I didn't look up how to do it until I did it. Actually, I didn't look up how to do it at all. I just did. And it worked. Hang on a second, I'll show you the other one. I really don't know why it would matter. I can tell you it's going to be easier to put on this than the thicker side. For me, I mean, why? I need to read the comments more. Why it would matter to put, pardon me. These I attached to the lining. Besides not getting them lined up with my fabrics and them going a little bit wonky on me. And I'm going to keep reading because they've probably answered me already. I'm getting a little bit of headache. Dadgummit. That's because you are attaching to the lining and not main. You know, the last one you attached the main fabric. Laura Lynn says, thank you. Had a wonderful birthday with friends. That's awesome. Oh, Melissa says, you're not doing it wrong, just different than how most bag makers do it. Whoops. I'll try it the other way on my next one because this isn't going to be the last one. But I can't see. If I put them in this, my brain's not even. Not even trying to think about why that works. But the last one, I did attach the lining, attach it to the lining. So I was drawing a line on that light fabric. See, now you got me thinking, but I'm going to go ahead and do it like I'm doing for now. And then everybody else, go watch some professionals. They'll do it right. They'll do it different. Sorry. Laura Lynn says, don't you end up with the same results if it's the lining or main? Lori Sherlock Source says, you do, Mom and Pop. She does, Laura Lynn. Oh, okay. Tracy says, it does end the same, but attaching to the main with the batting will make it less awkward to sew in place. Oh, okay. Laura Lynn says, Mom and Pop. That is Laura Lynn. She is the mom of the Mom and Pop for you that maybe aren't sewers or are new here. Pretty stitch, thank you very much. Watching everybody do all the applique and all the quilting and everything, I was like, I'm ready to try that pretty stitch again. It looks like a snowflake to me. Sherlock says, just do your thing. I find I do things better when I do my thing. And I put the handles down so I can see if they're sticking out right. So I'm going to tack them down. I don't remember if I used a zigzag when I tacked these down the other one. I learned a lesson about lining my fabric sides up. Now let's do a little zigzag. I'm sure that's what I did on my other line. It seems to have worked. Stop that. Apparently we're against doing the stitch that I want to do. Broke, came and threaded, probably came and threaded. This thread assist does not always assist right. Let's try that again. Let me turn my needle. I just turned it. I saw Melissa said, and I didn't see all the comments, that different people do things different ways. That's the beauty of YouTube. Try this again. Why the big scissors? Because for some reason the big scissors work a lot better than this thing or the thing in the back. I knew this was going to be fiddly. That's why I use fast forward in my pre-record. It is just too dark over here. You keep seeing me do this. It's because I'm trying to find the light. And this light will blind everyone. I am not fast. So if you're thinking she's taking forever, she's probably taking forever. Wasn't even sure that I could get this done on a live, but I thought I'll try. It's not in the center anymore. Well, fiddlesticks. Every time I go to push it under the foot, it moves. Go ahead and do right area. Oh, I was joking. Yeah, when I watch people, I'm like, nobody fiddles as much as I do. That's okay. I get it done. I don't mind being slow. Let's try this. Put a pin in it. Keeps, there we go, unlining the fabric with the edge. And I know from experience last time that that is why my stitches were showing. Don't run over your needle. It makes a horrible sound. So I hear, because you know I will never run over my needle. And if you buy that, I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona. Okay. Fiddly but done. I'm just cutting off the straggly pieces. Now I have lining still turned. The handles are trying to escape. They didn't do that last time. Did I do it the same? I did do it the same. Okay, I was starting to worry. Did I do something wrong? But they're trying to escape. The lining turned right side out. That's the thing now. And then the pretty side with the blanket that I used for batting. Going to turn that. Yeah. I'm poking my little corners here. Make sure they come out. See, I've only done this once, so see how many times we can do it. Wow, that bottom. It's 7.5. It looked a lot bigger to me for a minute. So turn the main fabric right side out, and then we're going to get more fiddly. Line up the corners. This is how I do it. Oh, Colleen, I see my name. Have a wonderful day. Mom and Pop says going to have me lurking for now. Got to get out to the shop and get some work done. Big hugs, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Colleen Sews and Chats. Thank you, Laura Lynn. I appreciate that, and have fun in the shop. So I am lining up my corners down here. Yo, Patty G. I think I say that appropriately. And I'll put the other side and kind of line those corners up. I've got one finger in this and one finger in that side. That's how I'm putting it in there. At least I was till I got stuck on the handle. Thank you for stopping by, Laura Lynn. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody coming by. I really don't have to fiddle with that as much as I'm fiddling with it. And when I start pinning pretty sides to each other, first of all, we're going to get the handle on the inside. Anybody yelling, Colleen, get the handle in. Going to get that handle on the inside. Line up those two seams right here. And then clip it like crazy. I clip the seam first, then I'll go over. The handle wants to go sideways. I'm trying to force it up and down, and actually, you know what would help that? Pinning it down here. Don't leave your pins in. Yep, that's keeping it straighter. Got all the fight. Lining my fabrics up there. Hello, Janet Johnson, and good evening. Ms. Janet's in Australia. Looking to make sure I didn't twist my handle. If I'm going to have a twisted handle, it's going to be in Alive, I promise. Oh, little sticks. I should pin that one too. Trying to line everything up. Then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. Line my seam up. And I'm not concerned about how my seams are going so much. They could nest if they chose to. You can press them open. I'm not pressing this. This is polyester. I will melt it. Don't ask how I know. I think that one was sideways on me anyway. I worked a lot faster in that video from yesterday, didn't I, people? Deceptive marketing practices using fast forward. "9:30 p.m. in Janet's part of the world." This looks just all flopsy, and I'm taking that pin out because it just poked me. It's done its job. It poked me. It was... It just feels more awkward than my last one because it's got a different lining. Okay. I'm lining up these edges. I'm going to leave a hole big enough for my hand. Some people say leave a smaller hole, leave a bigger hole. I leave one that my hand will get through because I pull stitches. Lining. And I'm going to put 2 clips here so I remember that I'm going to backstitch extra there. My first one, I didn't backstitch enough, and I unstitched. Made a mess. Anderson for you. Hello. Is there a pattern for this cute bag? Melissa. Oh, I didn't see Martha come in. Oh, no. No, it's scrolling on me. Pattern in the holiday hop video from yesterday. It's basic sizes. Then you watch the video to get the how I did it. And I got this idea from Marie at Marie Scrappy Creations. And for those of you just joining, hi, I'm Colleen Sews and Chats, and I'm doing both today. Getting my edges lined up here. That's not lined up. And clipping them around here. Oh, it looks like Martha's hugging people. She's a huggy. Would get along great in real life, I'm sure. I'm a hugger. And don't forget to check my, I don't even know who Michelle is. I almost said Michelle. Check Melissa's channel for her holiday hop day 4 today. Okay, we've got right size pinned together, handles inside, opening here. Used a pillowcase for the lining this time because I wanted to see how it was going to work. Also used a blanket for the interfacing this time. Oh, no, how much I'm a fan of that. Oh. I'm going to take this off so it spins easier. No, I didn't do that. Now I think I understand the sewing the handles to the lining because this one keeps trying to turn on me. It's probably going to turn like it did last time. Not going to freak out too much. I'm going to line this up this time with the edge of my presser foot instead of using my 1/4 inch. So I think I want a bigger seam allowance there. Oh, hey, that's not the right stitch. I'm going to lie to you and tell you that's the only time I've ever done that, not changed my stitch back. Mark the buttons. And I've got a jean needle on here, and it's just very thick. Handles. Still kind of wanting to go sideways. Oh, come on. That was uncalled for. If you hold your mouth just right, and you pray like candles, do what you do. I'm going to go over these candles a couple times. Quilting with Stephanie Stitches came in. Oh, see, I need to pay attention to the chat. Everybody's coming in, and I'm just over here thinking it's been a while. People are going to get tired. But now everybody's coming in. Marla, good morning. Good morning, Stephanie. And you can find Stephanie. I'm sure Melissa's already done. Yep, already done it. I told everybody earlier. Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales. Check out small quilting companies. Quilting companies. Fabric shops. Quilting shops. True. Melissa says, Colleen, as far as fiddling goes, most of us can edit out the fiddly stuff on pre-record videos. Yes, I usually fast forward through it, so you don't realize that it's taking me 20 minutes to do something. Okay, I think I'm caught back up to who's came in and who's went out. 14 people watching, as Tracy said. No, I have stage fright. Thank you all. Oh, good to see everybody. Apparently 7:30-ish is a better time. Practically Creative says, my sister's name is Michelle. I answer to it. Anderson for you. Yes, Colleen, I'm a hugger, and we would definitely get along, I'm sure is what that says. For sure. Yeah, I am. I'm a hugger. I take a little bit to warm up to people, but then when I do, I'm going to hug you hello and hug you goodbye. Oh, goodness. Marla's had her hands full. 5-year-old granddaughter since 5. Ooh. Oh, I'll pray for her. Her granddaughter's got a headache and vomiting and temperature. Please touch her. Lori says, it's hard to sew and watch a chat. And she also says 17 watching now. Well, that was a nice thing to say. And both Sylvia and Lori, you're both troublemakers. 17 watching now. We won't tell you. Okay. Pattern, I'm thinking must be my other YouTube video that I did. I should have put that in the bot. Stephanie says, that's how I am too. Warming up to people. Oops. just a seam. I'm going over twice. I don't have any rhyme or reason to do that. Just seems like the thing to do, so I do. Getting that arm off my machine makes it spin freely around it. A little less awkward. Too many. Coming up to a handle. Trying to make sure it's straight. There we go. Maybe a wonky bag. Well, I want my house that. It may be a wonky box bag, but it's going to be one nonetheless. And my fabrics won't know. And unless I'm using them, they'll be on a bookcase. And now we pray some more. Presley Creative says, I can't imagine how Tiff keeps up. Oh, that girl has got some mad skills. Now I'm going to take off these rings because they're going to catch on something when I go put my hand in there. Putting my hand in between the pretty fabrics. Going to the far side. Just grabbing the outside of the bag. Yeah. Now I'm thinking, how did I do this? And the hole I left is plenty big, yay. Now Marie does a trick so her lining doesn't come up, but since I'm going to stitch like I did the other one, probably not the pretty stitch, just a straight stitch. Yay! Birthing the bag, I really don't like that term. Birthed a few kids, that does not seem pretty. So, there's most of the bag. And I've kept y'all here for a very long time. I'm going to, where's the opening? Put the rings back on so I don't lose them in the vacuum cleaner. This naturally wants to turn over. So for that big piece of batting I've got in there, a blanket I've got in there. So I'm going to give it a pull and let it lean in the way it naturally wants to. Grab me some clips. Yay! Is anybody else always surprised when they do something and it comes out right? At least the same way twice. I'm not putting myself down. I just think it's really cool. Everybody else does it, and I'm like, of course it came out great. Now I'll probably top stitch around this one. Just regular plain old top stitch. If you have threads, don't pull them, cut them. Don't want things unraveling. And I'm twisting, pushing the inner fabric inward and pulling it down over here a little bit to get this lined up. Hopefully the green not coming out over the top when I top stitch it. Oh, I've been on here a long time. And now I have a spring bag box. And my handles look like they came out much better. Not seeing the stitching on them. These are already pinned down, so I'll show you these. And after I get this all pinned, I'm not going to do it on here. Oh, Steph was leaving. Steph, see you later. And if you're still listening, I got your email and I am going to respond back probably later today. I've got a lot of driving to do when I'm done. Marla says, I think this is my first live of Colleen's I have caught. Usually not up this early. Yay, Marla! I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have everyone. Welcome if it's your first time. I never remember to say that. Poking some corners in there, but I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one. Probably a stitch in the ditch, and I may change. Yeah, I'm going to change my threads to this. What is this? I haven't tried it yet. My machine may not like it, and it may go wonky on me. But I got it at my local quilting shop. And I can tell you, probably by next week, I will have some small hauls from all the small shops that I'm addicted to. Really nice. Like it. Pretty bag. I love it. I love it. Pretty bag. Beautiful. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you. And I do. I like the clips. Janet Johnson, how good are the clips? So much easier than pins. Yes. My pins don't know that I'm not the pin cushion. I try to avoid them. Although, you're going to see that I ordered more. Why did I order more pins when I don't like them? Because they had pink ends. They're heat resistant. And I got them from Yvette Renee. And when I get them, I will have links to all that. I continue to fiddle it with this. I'll take it over the couch and keep fiddling with it. But I'm going to do a top stitch around this. Probably like 1/8 from the edge. And then I'm going to do a kind of stitch in the ditch. My seams are not going to be perfectly aligned when I do this, and I'm okay with that. That's why I'm using the colored. The white, I will get in the ditch. The one on the other side, I'm not so worried about. Try to line it up. And Sylvia, thank you, Melissa and Sylvia, for getting everybody's links in there. Moderators, I appreciate you. You know I love you. And couldn't do it without you. At least not well. So, and I think my friend Dee Dee took off earlier and I didn't see her. I'm sorry. I apologize. Watching the chat, keeping up and sewing. It's a learning curve. That's why I pick really small things to do usually, much smaller than this. I really wanted another box. Love that, Colleen. We love you too. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Sylvia, and everyone who came. Don't forget, we've got the holiday hop going on until December 7th is the wrap up. We're going to go hop, 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 channel, channel, channel. Melissa at Practically Creative, Sylvia, you and me, FPP, and my channel, Colleen Sews and Chats. And thank you all for coming. I'm cutting my head off here. I can see that in the camera, but that's what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that giant coffee. Wake up, wake the college kid up, and get my day started too. Thank you all so much. We love you too. Thank you for the chat. Always great time. Dee Dee, I'm here. I can see her saying, you should go check out Dee Dee. She is hilarious and very good at tidying, cleaning, organizing, inspiration. Box looks great. Oh, my to-do list. Yeah. I'm ignoring it. I thought I'm going to do this. This is the only thing I've got on my mind. And emails. Now, see, I can see Dee Dee appreciating boxes like these. Drive safe. Thank you for the video. Learn a lot today. Agnes, forgive me for probably not. Jimenez. I apologize if I wrecked that. Glad to see you. I apologize if I didn't see you come in. Tracy, we love you. I'm working on a quilt now. Have a great day, Colleen. Janice says, have a great day, everyone. Be the light you hope to see in others. This world needs more love in it, and we can do it. Take care.